was a time where we were stuck at 2000 crores. And from 2000 crores, we took a jump to 6000 crores. It was given only, as I said earlier also, that I should be taking care of the solar business. In the board meetings, I used to just browse clothes of Gymshark, Young LA, Lululemon.
You were telling me you call your customers during weekends.
Yeah. There has been cases when somebody told me that this is not the right time to talk, you call us later. Somebody cutting the call right in front of my face. The first person who knew that I might start something was my gym trainer. And then I told my father that I want to start this brand. He wasn't very happy with this decision of mine. I think we'll be the first one in India doing something like this, that creating an apparel brand from India to the world. The main secret sauce behind that was
in 1942, a man named Mr. Gupta started a small electrical trading company in India. 80 years later, that company is Jakson Group. 8,000 crores in revenue. Silent generators, solar panels, hydrogen, ethanol, one of the country's largest private renewable energy businesses, built across 4 generations of the same family. My guest today is the 4th generation. Bharat Gupta is a director at Jakson Solar. He leads international expansion. His father is the vice chairman, his uncle is the chairman, his brothers run infrastructure, biofuels, and the business is still being built. By every external measure, his path was already drawn for him, except somewhere between the board meetings about solar capacity and the family conversations about the next 8,000 crores, Bharat was sitting in those meetings with his phone in his lap, scrolling through Gymshark and Lululemon and Young LA. One day, he stopped scrolling. He started building. He incorporated a company called Musclemind. He took the trademarks, he chose the name, and he did all of it before telling a single person in his family. When he finally walked into his father's cabin and said the words out loud, his father was, in Bharat words, not very happy. This episode is about what happens next. It's about the 4th generation promoter who chose to build something his family doesn't fully understand in a category none of them have ever worked in, with no playbook to inherit and no shortcut to take. It's about what it costs to break a chain and what it might mean to bring it back into the fold one day. This is the story behind Bharat Gupta. So I want to know about Jakson while you were growing up.
all right.
Yeah. What the conversation was around, dinner table pe kya conversation ho rahi hai with your father and everything, because you're seeing Jakson and very likely growing at that time, that phase, even now. But yeah, I want to touch upon that before.
I can tell you how the journey started from, let's say, 100 crores to now 8,000 crores.
Yeah.
So there's a whole journey what we saw. So I can talk about that, and there are many other things.
Sure.
So what my father wanted, what my Tauji wanted, who's the chairman and vice chairman of the group, and when was the turning point?
Yeah.
Which
What
came
was
in
it?
Jakson.
Yes.
So
what was the stories you were listening? I just want to understand that. You being a kid, maybe going to school and then college, but you're always surrounded by your father and extended family.
So I'll tell you that number one, my father wanted that we should study abroad, because that will give us a lot of independence and it will help us to stand on our own foots.
Okay.
So that was the plan, like first initial plan, and after that, once we came back, it was given that all the 4 brothers will do 1 year of internship in Cummins. Cummins is the engine manufacturing company. They are number 1 in the world. And so we went to Pune, did 1 year of internship, and that gave us the holistic view of how to run a business.
Okay.
Because it was a 360-degree program which touched based on manufacturing, engineering, HR, sales and service.
Right.
So it was a 1 year plan covering every aspect of it.
So did you study abroad?
Yeah,
and then
I was in
you
Dutch
did
university.
And you are 4 cousins.
We are 4 cousins. So 1 real brother and 2 cousins.
God. And everyone's involved in Jakson,
yes,
some way or the other.
Yes.
Very interesting. But what was the stories? What were you listening to while you were growing up? And very likely I think that's a great thing about business families, that you keep hearing about discussions on the dinner table or at the gatherings. So you always build up that sense of how things are being done unless you step on the floor.
Right.
So I want to know something from that time.
So the main story behind what we have built in Jakson was that, we always wanted to create an organization.
Okay.
That was the first thing. We never wanted to create a short-term thing where, we are running it for, like, let's say 20, 30 years, 40, 50 years, and then we call it quits. So that wasn't the plan. We wanted to create an organization so that once we are not there, our generations to come can run the business well. And the story, what my father and my uncle always told me, that never. So we are okay. We are the promoters, but we should never see ourselves as the promoters.
Okay.
It should be a professional-driven company where the CEOs are running the business. They are responsible for the P&L, and we play the role of board of advisory, and that's where our main strength should be.
Right.
So and the turning point came when we hired a lot of good CEOs, a lot of people, a lot of professionals who know their stuff very well. The
Right.
leaders were quite good, and that is where the journey started. And my grandfather left the company when the company was at 100 crores,
Okay.
72 to be precise, and today we are at 8,000 crores.
Wow.
So there was a time where we were stuck at 2,000 crores.
Okay.
Yeah, and from 2,000 crores,
Yeah.
we took a jump to 6,000 crores.
Wow.
So
In 2 years
yeah,
or so.
yeah,
Wow.
and the main secret sauce behind that was our leaders were quite good.
Hmm.
So you have to hire people who are smarter than you,
Right.
who knows this stuff actually very well, who has good network.
Yeah.
And from 6,000 crores, we took a jump to 8,000 crores.
Wow.
So the vision is quite large in terms of what we're trying to
And
build.
I think since Jakson is in renewable energy, that market is also growing. But when was it started? Back in
2012. So Jakson was started in 1942,
okay.
and my
So
grandfather started it.
yeah.
And first, we were an electrical based company. We
Okay.
used to do a lot of trading and all.
Okay.
And we were the first company in India to manufacture silent generators. So
Okay.
it was
Right.
manufactured by us first.
Yeah.
And then we did partnership with Cummins. And till 2012, we were only running generator business, which
Okay.
is still the backbone of what we are doing.
Okay.
And 2012, we expanded our portfolio to renewables.
Got it.
So we were into solar manufacturing, solar IPP, solar EPC.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we started to 2012.
I would still say that that was still an early stage
Very
of
early stage.
because
Yeah.
but a great point to enter and figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then four brothers joined the family business. So my elder brother, he's taking care of Jakson Infra, which is electrification of substation, metros, water EPC.
Okay.
And one of my other brother, who's Tauji's younger son, he's taking care of biofuels,
Okay.
where he's manufacturing ethanol.
Right.
Right. And I'm taking care of solar business. Plus, I have my own startup, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
And my younger brother, he's still learning the business, that how to run a business.
So growing up in a family and having this great, uh, I would say, heritage that has built upon to this stage. What was your first day in office at Jakson or first day at factory, whatever it was?
First day in Jackson, I was
You heard
quite
stories, you
yeah.
knew, and as a child, you also go to office, you go to factory. Now that you've done your internship at Cummins, you
Right.
know a lot. But when you enter your own office, I'll call it home. What was that first day like?
So I was quite confused because I didn't have anything to do. Because in first day, there is no responsibility on your shoulders,
Yeah.
and you don't know where to start from.
Okay.
So I was just sitting in my cubicle, and I was like, what should I do? What business should I take care of? Because
Yeah.
we had couple of businesses back in the days.
Right.
It was solar EPC, solar IPP generator business. So it was given that I might take care of the solar business
Okay.
because I was more passionate about that. But first day, I didn't do nothing
Okay.
in the office. I was
Okay.
just sitting by myself, reading some books,
Okay.
trying to take it easy, trying to digest the fact that now I'm part of family
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. So within 30 days, did things change?
So I'll tell you a frank story. It took
Yeah.
me few years to be comfortable with in the family business.
Okay.
So it took me few years because if I give a pinch of salt, I was in my comfort zone as well. That this is something which is a part of my family business. I
Right.
don't have to report to anyone.
Yeah.
So, but after I got married, things changed. Then I got more responsible. Then I started attending meetings very seriously, and I started looking at my department very seriously. And then I thought that I should be doing something new.
And your department was international
It was
expansion or
exports, where I
Okay.
had to export the modules from
Mhm.
India to the US. So US is the
Okay.
only market where you can export the solar panels
Okay.
because because Europe, Dubai, Middle
Yeah.
East is all driven by the Chinese market,
Okay, got
and
it.
you can't match the price with them.
Okay. So you were looking more at the US side.
I was looking
Okay.
more at the USA. That was
Mm.
the only market which was open.
Mhm. So you got into Jackson. You spent
It's
some years. I can actually empathize with because my family also is into garments, and I went there, couldn't understand what's happening. So I understand the kind of the amount of time it takes to build a repo and then maybe do something.
right.
But then I decided, okay, I want to do this. Uh, and then while you started to attend meetings now and you got more serious, uh, why would Gymshark take your attention in a board meeting?
That's a very interesting question. So I'll tell you one thing that I used to gym a lot back in the days. I
Hmm.
still gym.
Okay.
It's been more than 50 years I've been gymming.
Okay.
And there has been an goal that I want to reach that goal where my body is concerned.
Hmm.
And somehow I used to buy a lot of clothes from Gymshark, Young LA. These are some of the brands which I used to, buy
Yeah.
clothes from,
Yeah.
Lululemon. And that's when the journey started. That in
Hmm.
the board meetings, I used to just browse clothes of Gymshark, Young LA, Lululemon, and like more other brands. And I never used to give a lot of attention to what's happening in the board meeting.
Okay.
And that's where the turning point came in my life. And I heard many people telling me that I
Hmm.
should do something in the apparel industry also,
Hmm.
not just one, but it was a calling from many people that I should be doing something in that space.
Okay.
So it was a blend of that plus my passion towards clothing line that led to that, that's when we started Muscle Mind.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
My father was quite apprehended that so there wasn't like apprehension whether
Okay.
we should start this or not, because in India it's very hard to build a brand, and in India primarily people build a mass brand,
Yeah.
and I was more inclined towards a premium brand.
Hmm.
So it was, I mean, long story short, it wasn't easy,
Yeah.
but now we are in the right space, I believe,
Right.
and we have good
We'll
plans.
we'll talk about this in
Yeah,
fact because now that's the greater part of what you do.
yeah.
But tell me about the secret months where maybe a few knew or only you knew or you were figuring out because this is something you're doing out of the box,
Right.
and I'm box in the sense out of this business, out of this heritage, you are trying to build something,
The
and
fir-
nobody knows. Maybe in the family, I don't know.
so the first person who knew that I might start something in the apparel industry or in the apparel line
Hmm.
was my gym trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, because I told him that I'm wearing a lot of clothes from Gymshark, Young LA, I'm splurging money
Yeah.
like anything.
Hmm.
I think this is the right time I should start something
Hmm.
of myself.
Hmm.
And then the second person whom I told was my wife. Got a lot of support from my wife for sure,
Okay.
in terms of, yeah, you're on the right track and you should do something. Then
Hmm.
we started jotting down names, that what should be the brand name.
Okay.
We did some chat GPT as well, that what should
Yeah.
be the brand name, but
Hmm.
that didn't help us a lot. So eventually I started writing down the names, that
Okay.
this is the name I sort of comprehend with, and we
Okay.
came up with 15 names,
Okay.
and from the 15 names we
Touch upon a
shortlisted me.
few, if
It
you remember.
was
Just one, two, or
Skull Theory,
okay. Okay.
and there was like Skull Crusher,
Hmm. All
and there were
right.
many other names I don't
Yeah.
remember completely,
All right.
but it was all
Yeah.
very random.
Hmm.
But then one name which really came in my mind was Muscle Mind,
Hmm.
which is the blend of muscle plus mind. It's a gym term. If your mind focuses on the
Yeah.
muscle when you're gymming, so the
Right.
strength of your muscles and your body
Yeah.
becomes bigger.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that is how I came up with the term Muscle Mind.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and we took a trademark of this name.
Right.
And after registering the company, then I
Hmm.
told my father that I want to do something of my own.
How many months gone by while everything happened, and then you told your father? How much time did you
Around
spend?
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
Three to
And
four
I
months.
think that's a right approach to speak to a gym trainer first,
Right,
also.
right.
And they have that sense. Did you get any feedback or any support from that end? Because
From a trainer.
from a trainer, because they're
So
training people.
he told me what all market gaps are there,
Hmm.
if they are wearing something, what all things they would
Hmm.
want,
Hmm.
as I mean, and what they want: good fitting, they want quality, they want comfort. That is given, but what sort of designs to have. So that
Yeah.
feedback I got from a trainer for sure. But I
Nice.
knew the white space, to be very
Yeah.
frank. I knew that where I have to enter and what I have to make.
Hmm.
And one thing was very sure that I don't want to create an Indian brand,
Hmm.
because my TAM will be very low, because I want to create a premium brand.
Yeah.
So I was very sure from day one that I want to create a global brand and
Nice.
compete with all the global giants like Gymshark, Young LA, Lululemon, Adenola, Alo. There are
Yeah.
many more names.
Yeah.
So that was the intent of the brand.
Before we jump more onto Muscle Mind, because I'm very curious to
Yeah.
know more about it, I want to know, you grew up in a family environment where you're talking about electricals and EPC and renewable energy, very well exposed to the globe. You're traveling abroad, you studied abroad, worked at Cummins, a lot of great exposure, and uh, and then you also step into Jakson, and you start to figure it out. What what makes you push towards Muscle Mind? I mean, is that a call from the soul, that, or maybe you have time and are you just doing it to build something new? I just want to know that.
I think it was an internal call
Hmm.
mostly,
Hmm.
that I should do something which I'm highly passionate about.
Hmm.
And although it was given only, as I said earlier also, that I should be taking care of the solar business, but
Hmm.
I wasn't somehow fully inclined towards that. I wanted to do something by myself, something where my passion lies, something where I wake up every morning
Yeah.
with an intent that I will do something extremely good.
Hmm.
And I wanted to look forward to work. And
Yeah.
that came when I started my brand. And although I did engineering, and it's a totally different space from
Yeah.
what my background is, but somehow there's an intuition, I would say, that this will become as big as my current companies, what we run,
Hmm.
and it will be highly profitable. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's the calling from the universe, you can put it this way, or that's the calling from my internal soul. But the
Hmm.
time will only answer these
Now,
questions.
and then you prepared the base,
Yeah,
you know the plan, and you've seen businesses being built up. You have a business model,
yeah.
and now you tell your father. How do you tell your father?
Actually, there was no business model made at that point of time.
Oh,
I had no team also.
okay.
I just signed the papers to register the company,
Okay.
and we took a trademark of the brand. And
Hmm.
then I told my father that I want to start this brand. So initially, as I told you before, that he wasn't very happy with this decision of mine,
Hmm.
because we have a certain base,
Yeah.
right? And I can take that base to next level, or either I can start from scratch, and it will take me many more years to reach that level.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to choose the first one where I, take the solar business from, let's say, 2,000 crores to 10,000 crores to
Yeah.
15,000 crores.
Yeah.
So that will help me a lot in long run. But somehow I told you that, this was in line with my passion. I told my father, and he told me, okay, then you start the business. And
Hmm.
then I hired the team. And the first two members I hired, I had to fire them in like 2 months,
Okay.
because their vision wasn't in sync with what I was trying to build.
Hmm.
So I started fresh again, came up with a new team. I
Yeah.
hired a new team. And after that, things started working for me. The
Hmm.
first drop we launched in September 2024.
Okay.
So that was the first drop when we launched. And initially, it was all my family members who were buying the product. So it
Right.
was a good
Yeah.
feeling, as well
Yeah.
as something was missing, because,
Yeah.
it's not only for the family, it's for the community out there.
Right.
And when we started getting orders from different people,
Hmm.
that's when I thought that this can really work well, because our price points were extremely high, because
Right.
our manufacturing cost was high. So that's why we had to make our price points a bit higher.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
somehow things started working well,
Hmm.
and we did what, around 3 CR last year,
Wow.
and this year we would be touching 10 CR, and we will make it profitable.
When I was stepping out of my family business, my father also said the same thing, because we're already somewhere, and if you put in more attention, then you grow up. And if you start from scratch, I mean, it's a lot of hustle, but it's fine. But he just wanted to give me that guidance. I think that's a fatherly warmth and advice that somebody would give, because they've gone through that, and maybe they don't want their children to also go from there, but they're also very supportive. So
Sure.
I empathize with you, but why was this so important? I mean,
This was so important because I wanted to prove to myself that I
hmm,
can really create something big from my own hard work, from my own will.
Hmm.
And somehow, to be very frank, I wanted to prove it to my father also, that, and to my family, that this is something which I started, and I took the right call, and I didn't waste many years of my life. And more importantly, I want to do something for India as well. In India, there is no such brand who are catering to the global world.
Yeah.
So I thought that I can be the first one from India who can take this initiative and create an apparel brand which is
Hmm.
catering to the world. So there was a
Hmm.
higher purpose attached to it, and there was a self purpose attached to it as well.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah,
incredible because it takes a lot. It
it
sounds
takes a
very
lot.
easy that,
Yeah,
okay, even if you have the money, I mean, where to put in, how to do it, what comes next.
right,
And you're already selling in UAE and a lot of things. Because I went on the website just this morning. I thought, let me just scroll through because till now I was just focusing more on Jackson.
right,
And it looks like it's a global
right,
company that's selling and doesn't feel like it's an Indian company going abroad.
right.
That's a great achievement. But what was that first? What was it on a phone call that you told your father about this, or was it a one-to-one, face-to-face meeting?
I
I'm
met
sure
him,
there's some hesitancy there.
right,
You've done your registration, you've given your capital. Very likely, I don't know, bank account. The admin work is done.
right. Admin work is done, the general work is
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
I went to his cabin,
yeah.
and that is when I told him
Hmm.
that I want to start this brand.
Okay.
So yeah, I still remember it clearly how his facial expressions were.
Hmm.
But now is the time when he's quite proud of what we are building. He supports me a lot, yeah,
Hmm.
and he wants this brand to grow in parallel to what we are building in Jakson brand.
Nice. I can empathize because family business to doing something what I'm doing now, and then you have. I think your great grandfather must have started it 1940s,
Too.
right? 1942. So it's a almost four generation of a family into this business, and you're trying to do something which is new. Does it help you, or does it uh, bring some sort of obstruction? I mean, is it a good bad, or is it both? What's the combo?
See, it's a mix of good and bad both. I'll tell you how. Number one, what good about this is that I know how to work hard. I've seen my father,
Hmm.
my grandfather, my uncle working hard
Yeah.
since day one, and entrepreneurship runs in our blood.
Yeah.
So, and if I want any feedback from my father, my uncle, they are willing to help because they know how to run a business. So that way I'm blessed. There is no, I mean, I don't need any investors on board because, there's a backing
Hmm.
what we have. So
Yeah.
that way I'm very, very lucky. God has
Hmm.
been kind that way. And one con, what I believe that we are into B2B manufacturing space.
Okay.
So to take advice from my uncle or my father, uh, I mean, won't be very helpful for me because
Yeah.
they don't understand the D2C space the way they understand the B2B space. And
Right.
and like this is something which they told me as well, that if you start something in the B2B space, we'll
Hmm.
definitely be there for you. We can do anything you would like to, and you
Hmm.
will get a lot of support from us. They still support me, of course,
Yeah.
but D2C is something which I had to figure by myself. I used to go to LinkedIn Learning. I used to look at some courses. I used to study some courses,
Okay.
and that how does marketing works, how does brand building works, and from
Hmm.
there the journey started.
Because B2B is more, it's a closed environment, bigger rooms, conferences, and you still are selling to a consumer at
Right,
the end, but you understand data and analytics, and you have those kind of discussions, and they're very different.
right,
And D2C is a different giant altogether. And
right.
but you were telling me you call your customers during weekends. I don't
Yes,
know, 30, 40 customers.
yes, yes.
What makes you do it?
Um,
That was very inspiring because I felt I don't call customers later or to check. Even, I mean, we are in service industry, we do call and we are fine. Okay, you're happy, you're okay. And but the way you were telling me, can you share some glimpses also? What happens? What made you do it?
so every Saturday, Sunday, I just, call up 30, 40 customers just to take feedback from them on three parameters:
Mm-hmm.
delivery timelines, quality,
Mm-hmm.
comfort, and fourth can be about what we can do better.
Okay.
And yeah, there has been cases where the consumers were quite happy that the founder is calling them themselves. They
Hmm.
really praised me, and they ended up buying more from us.
Wow. They
So
trust that a founder is calling.
yeah,
Yeah.
there has been cases when somebody told me that this is not the right time to talk. You call us later.
Yeah.
Somebody cutting the call right in front of my face.
Yeah.
So you have to take it all by
So you
grace.
just called. There's no that.
I just called. I didn't
So it's
send
a
them any
surprise for
WhatsApp.
them.
Yeah, it's a surprise for them.
Wow.
Some took it positively, some took it not negatively, but some took it that might not be the right time to talk to them. So, but overall, 80% the reviews were good. So, I mean, in terms of me calling them and taking feedback from them, they were
Yeah.
very happy.
What
And
are you feeling when you're dialing that number? I mean, it's a thing.
it's out of passion, to be very frank, Ravneet. I mean, it's my passion which makes me do this. The feeling is, I mean, it is very good only because I know that they will be talking good about the brand. Only because I have so much faith in my products that we have done a lot of research behind the products.
Yeah.
There has been one, two cases where the customers weren't happy with the fitting and all.
Okay.
But overall, I know that, they will give me good feedback about the
Yeah.
products. So, and that sort of gives you that urge to do more for them. So you sense, so you know what's the, and they also tell you what the market gap is and how you can improve on your products and what are things you can launch.
Yeah.
So you get that insights from them as well,
Right.
and you
Right.
end up manufacturing or making those products.
And this is like you were telling that not even somewhere in your extended family, no one's into textile this way. Is that an advantage to you? Do you feel that, or because now you're learning more, or you feel that you wish somebody was there, or do you get that feeling?
I don't see this as an advantage for sure
Mm-hmm.
because I had to start from the scratch
Mm-hmm.
with no base, but it will be an advantage for the next generation for sure, where they'll have a base. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't an advantage for me.
And I don't know, it's just a wild thought because we keep talking about renewable energy since I think now a decade, and it's very active now. And then there's a lot of push towards putting it on your residences and all of it,
Rooftop.
rooftops. Would at some point Jackson would gain some sort of, I don't know, leverage in terms of if they plan to do something D2C? I don't know. A wild thought.
So Jakson expertise lies in B2B and B2C. D2C is something which I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But let's see how it goes. We have recently we have got Saurabh Ganguly on board as our brand ambassador.
Okay.
So that will help us a lot in terms of
Yeah.
pushing the brand,
Yeah.
both the Jakson and Musclemind.
Right.
But Jakson as a whole, D2C has never been our forte.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we are
Maybe
still
10 years down the line,
10
because
years down
it's
the
it's
line.
going to become very, it's going to become like a everyday thing maybe
Right.
to buy. I don't know, but I think that might be a great leverage at that time.
In fact, we are doing a lot of investment in the B2B space. So in solar, we are doing an investment of somewhere around 5,000 crores for
Okay.
our solar line.
Ah.
And we are investing a lot on hydrogen, electrolyzers, ethanol. So at a group level, there are a lot of investments in B2B space. D2C, we are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
That this is the starting point. Musclemind is the starting point. We
Yeah.
might end up acquiring more brands in times to come.
And you were telling me that you work almost 15, 18, even 19 hours a day sometimes
Right.
because it drives you.
It
And
drives me.
what are you doing? What's your day look like for Muscle Mind specifically?
So half of the time I'm just tracking the sales. That from what part of the world I'm sort of getting the sales, from which city I'm getting the sales, and as soon as I get the sales, I call up my inventory guy that dispatch the product as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And then apart from that, I just keep on doing some learnings in terms of what I can do better for the brand, what has been the past data, what has been our best sellers, and what products are not there in the portfolio for now. So I do a lot of research. So there are two more co-founders with me. So so the three of us, we sit together and we sort of just brainstorm ideas on what we should be doing in the future. So it is a very strategic driven approach. And apart from that, yeah, I mean, I just, and as I told you, that I call customers during the weekends, but during the weekdays also, the people who place an order, I end up calling them
Okay.
just to take feedback from them that what drove them to buy our product. So that takes lots of my time.
So, what happens when you're done for the day? And since family is not that involved in textile and you have co-founders, who do you call, let's say at 11 p.m. when you figure out something and maybe you're very excited or maybe you're very nervous that you found a problem and maybe there's a bug or something? What happens overnight?
So earlier I used to be very anxious if there used to be a problem. So
Yeah.
I can't call anyone at that point of time because it's
Okay.
too late. I mean, not everybody would follow the routine what I'm following.
Hmm.
But what helped me, I might go a bit spiritual here.
Okay.
Wearing a Rudraksh helped me a lot.
Okay.
It gave me that peace of mind
Hmm.
that things won't go my way all the time. And
Hmm.
sometimes you just have to accept what the life is throwing at you. And probably the next day you can find a solution for it. But just
Hmm.
keep your peace of mind and keep yourself calm.
And is there any go-to person to call at night?
I mean, I just end up talking to my wife.
Yeah.
That's all. Because my children, they
And now she's in
sleep.
sync.
She
What's
is in sync.
happening?
She's in sync.
And you're mostly talking around about muscle mind and
Yes, yes.
how much
Mostly.
time is now devoted to, let's try to understand the balance. Jackson is anyway is a lot of automated process, but
Right.
it still requires vision and new ideas. And but how much time are you able to devote in both
So
businesses?
80% of my time goes in muscle mind and
Hmm.
20% goes in Jackson Solar.
Okay.
Since there also we are doing a lot of investments, we are getting into
Hmm.
backward integration and we are getting into EP manufacturing, solar cells manufacturing,
Okay.
and we might think of glass manufacturing at some point.
Okay.
So there are a lot of partners whom we have on board as well.
Hmm.
So there my time definitely goes,
Hmm.
and but 80% of my time is all with the brand. Earlier it
Hmm.
used to be the other way around, but then I
Yeah.
had to change that because I saw the brand suffering.
Yeah. And was there a moment when especially your father saw muscle mind growing and there was a proud feeling or an acknowledgement uh, that you're on the right track or whatever, that he's proud of you? I mean, there's no right or wrong track, but
It will still take some time to make him feel proud,
hmm,
but he feels that we are in the right direction, right trajectory, and
hmm,
this will soon become profitable, and
hmm,
this will soon become a business with a respectable revenue. So that
hmm.
trust he has on me for now,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Speaking of the generations, let's say your great grandfather, and do you ever feel that you're breaking a chain?
For sure, I feel that thing that I'm breaking the chain,
Hmm.
and I should be doing something where what my family is doing.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's good to break the chains. I mean, you
Hmm.
don't follow the rules like all the time. So
Hmm.
I have always been thinking out of the box since my childhood days,
Yeah.
and that keeps me going.
Looking at, let's say, next 5 years or 10 years, but let's focus on the next 5 years. What are you imagining? You've already mentioned, let's say, a manufacturing unit, setting up Jackson Textiles. But what are you imagining? Where are you standing? What's happening?
So the minimum revenue should be around 250 CR
Mm-hmm.
is what we have planned in next 5 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we will cover the entire value chain from muscle mind till
Hmm.
the backward integration,
Okay.
from acquiring a manufacturing unit,
Hmm.
from getting into polyester or cotton manufacturing, and doing licensing for some of the international brands,
Okay.
and to come up with more house of brands. So we want to start a mass brand as well along with the premium brand.
Okay.
So that's all what we have planned for the next 5 6 years. So if things goes well, we can touch 500 crores as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just have to go with the flow here.
Does these figures come with a lot of pressure? 250 CR or a 500 CR?
It comes with the
or
pressure.
or do you want that, or do you want that because you've seen that happening?
I love that pressure, to be very frank,
Okay.
because it is in sync with what I love doing. So I love
Hmm.
that pressure. And if the pressure is not there, you won't end up doing anything in your life.
Hmm. Hmm.
Pressure should be for the good. That's what I
Hmm.
believe.
And
There's
how
a,
do you balance? I mean, of course, uh, we should be aiming at thousands of crores, but then how do you try to balance that passion versus the pricing and the revenue? Uh, How does that decision come into place? A lot of it is logistics and all of it, but
How-
then it's design also, then it's more of creative also, and
So I have a team in place. I have a
yeah.
design team. I have a sourcing team.
Mm-hmm.
I have a marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things depend on them how they are doing it. Although I am there to guide them,
Yeah.
but it's not a one man army show.
Okay.
I have a team in place. They are in sync with what I'm trying to build, and they
Hmm.
have a vision to make this extremely big. And the co-founders, what I have, they are also extremely passionate about what we are trying to build here. So a
Yeah.
lot of support system is there. So
Hmm.
on that, so there I can't really complain. But where the pressure is concerned about the pricing and all, we are still trying to figure out the sweet price point, because as I
Hmm.
told you that India is a mass market brand.
Yeah.
So to do, let's say, 1 CR of sales per day, so
Hmm.
will take
Yeah.
us some time,
Yeah.
and we would have to find that sweet spot of the price where consumers are
Yeah.
willing to pay that price point.
Right. Right. And you always had this vision of building premium. You've grown up in India and you know the challenges. If somebody now wants to step into, not let's say into textile or into active uh, wear, what what advice can you give them? I mean, what's the approach? How did you figure it out?
So number one, there are a lot of brands in India.
Mm-hmm.
There are actually 10 brands coming each day, 10 brands getting closed in this segment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very widespread segment for sure. But the only advice I'll give is that focus a lot on brand awareness. Don't only focus on performance marketing where you just keep on splurging money to get conversions and all.
Yeah.
Focus on top of the funnel. Focus
Hmm.
on how you can, bring more consumers to your site.
Yeah.
And as I told you, that end up calling your consumers. They are never wrong. You just
Hmm.
call them, you take feedback from them, you ask them what they want for us to manufacture in the future, what all
Hmm.
products they want us to get in the future. And that, I mean, these small steps will lead to a bigger steps, and you'll
Hmm.
end up becoming successful.
Anything, any psychological triggers that you've understood which helps in building websites or
So
doing maybe performance ads?
they are all agency driven.
Okay.
All
And
agency
you
driven.
trust them,
I
and
trust them.
they're giving you results, so you're happy.
Yes. One advice what I'll
Hmm.
always give, that try to get some co-founders on board as well.
Okay.
Don't try to build everything by yourself,
Hmm.
because when I started Musclemind, I was the only one. But when I got co-founders on board, that's when I started, living my life
Yeah.
freely, because not the entire pressure was on me, but my co-founders had the equal pressure to make this big with me, and
Hmm.
that helped us to, make it. I mean, that helped us to grow the business.
Hmm. I'm very curious. It's a I don't know if it's a crazy question. If you had to close your eyes and we give you some active wear around you, would you be able to tell this is muscle mind? Does any of that property you could sense?
Where our compression series is concerned, the
Hmm.
compression series, there I can tell you the difference for sure,
Hmm.
since there are some technical stuff what we do,
Okay.
and but regular tee or like regular bottoms, it will be very hard. It will be
Ah.
very very hard.
Ah.
So my sourcing guy could tell the difference because he can touch and feel the fabric.
Yeah.
But me not coming from this background, it might be a bit hard.
Not coming from the background and doing uh, this much and having a global vision, and I know a lot of Indians would disagree that this price point and all of it. How are you keeping up? I want to know that. That's still a secret. I think you're not revealing.
How I'm keeping up, I'll tell you that our next plan is to export our products to US and Canada.
Okay.
So we are trying to make it globally inclusive,
Mm-hmm.
where we want the majority of our share should come from global market, and
Hmm.
at least 30-40 should come from the Indian market. So
Ah.
that's how our price points will suffice, I guess.
Hmm. And then I think the graph would go up,
Right,
and then everybody adopts.
right. And I think we'll be the first one in India doing
Hmm.
something like this, that creating an apparel brand from India
Hmm.
to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everyone's buying Stanley.
Right.
I mean, that's the price point perspective, why I'm mentioning it. But then there's no problem in it.
there's no problem in it.
Yeah. So the market is there. It's just the perception is still not there.
The perception is not there in India. The quality is not there. So we are giving the same quality what we get from the
Yeah.
global market,
Yeah.
and that is why we are getting some conversions.
Right. Right. It's great chatting with you.
Likewise,
I'm
Ravneet.
glad we could make this.
Well.
Anything you want to talk about why
So
Yes.
Why is a very good initiative, I guess, and I think many of the entrepreneurs should join this Why forum. It's a good place for networking. It's a good place to learn a lot about new things. Since there are a lot of events happening, there are a lot of platform. This is a platform which will help people to come out of their comfort zone and do things they have never imagined. There's a cause attached to it
Yeah.
that you do good for the society, you give back to the society, and all the people, they are all like-minded.
So you experienced the executive council because Jitendra's time was just building up. So you were part of decision making,
I was
or
the
was it more?
YI
Yeah.
co-learning chair.
अच्छा ठीक है.
So
Yeah,
I was the vice chairman of that.
Co-chair for learning, right?
So I
Right. You arranged the learning sessions.
learning sessions.
What were they?
So to be very frank, I just had only one session. What I did
Okay.
is to call people to the Jakson Group, to
Okay.
our plant, and show them how the solar panels are made.
Even I've been to Jakson and I
Yeah.
did a session. I think I don't know, maybe Preeti's time or
Yeah.
some time ago. And it's a great factory. It's a great setup.
Yes.
Because
yes.
as a documentarians, we do a lot of B2B work also.
Right.
And we get to step into several factories. I think this one's very futuristic.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll call you again after a few years when we
Okay.
have. We are expanding our solar line. So I'll
Sure.
definitely call the entire team of YI to come
Sure.
and experience
We'll
the
be
new
very
line.
happy. We have a group coming from Raipur.
Right.
So they said we want to do a factory visit in Noida. I said Jakson.
For sure, at any point of time.
In their case, Raipur has another solar manufacturer, a YI Raipur member only. So they said, yeah, we already have, we've seen, we want to. So I said, okay, no worries. But every time somebody says, either to me or Rohit, we first say Jakson. Okay, acha, theek hai, acha, then this or this or this.
No, whenever you want them to
Yeah.
come, visit our plant, you're more
Sure.
than welcome. More than welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Ravneet.
Bharat said something in this episode that I didn't write a follow-up question for. I asked Bharat what he does at 11 p.m. when something goes wrong at Musclemind. When you're building in a category your family can't help you with, when the people you normally call are running an 8,000 crore businesses in a completely different world. He didn't say he calls a mentor. He didn't say he calls a co-founder. He said he wears a Rudraksha, and that has calmed him down. That's the part, the founder story we don't usually get. The part that doesn't fit on a pitch deck or a LinkedIn post. The part that's just a person sitting alone at night with a business they've chosen to build and a family they're trying to make proud and a self they're still figuring out how to lead. Bharat is in the early years of something that might become very large or might stay quietly his. Either way, he chose it without permission, without a playbook, without the easier path his last name was offering him. If you're building something your family doesn't understand, this episode is for you. If you're inheriting something your family built, this episode is for you too. I'm Ravneet Oberoi. This is the story behind. I'll see you in the next one.